in Job 40 and 41, God describes two creatures that are very interesting. One is called Behemoth, and one is Leviathan. And I imagine most of you have heard about the myth of Leviathan, but God clearly mentions these things as creations that he made and things that lived in the past, and he gives a great description for each of these creatures. Behemoth and Leviathans were creatures to be feared, The chapter describes Behemoth as a grass-eating type of creature, but it also describes it as a very sturdy and strong, as a very sturdy and strong creature, which makes me think, of course this is just a theory as only God himself knows, that Behemoth could have been a herbivore type eating dinosaur, like that of a Stegosaurus, Triceratops, or even a Brontosaurus. Then God proceeds in Job 41 to describe a Leviathan, and it was said that Leviathan was a sea creature to be feared, that if you were to encounter it, it would be your last time, and that is something indeed. Arguably, one of the most interesting descriptions of Leviathan can be found in verses 18 through 21 of Job 41, when it says, "His sneezings flash forth light, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the dawn. Out of his mouth go flaming torches, sparks of fire leap forth. Out of his nostrils come forth smoke, as from a boiling pot and burning brushes. His breath kindles coals, and a flame comes forth from his mouth." Now, I don't know about you, but that just flippin' described a fire-breathing creature. And going along with the other descriptions in that chapter, like that of the hard skin, like scales, it seems to me Leviathan was a flippin', it's crazy. It seems like he was a sea dragon that breathed fire, which is crazy. Maybe I'm making too big of a deal out of it, but honestly, is crazy. And verse 31 of the chapter mentions that Leviathan makes the deep boil, which makes me think that he lived or still lives in the depths of the sea. And also the description of him having bright eyes also kind of reaffirms that, because if you don't know, the creatures that live in the deep sea tend to produce like a light, I think it's called a bioluminescent. No, I don't remember what it's called. It's a fluorescent. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. They produce a type of light, like to defend themselves, maybe to see also. I'm not exactly sure. You can look it up yourself. But even so, those descriptions really make it seem like he lived in the deep, or still lives in the deep ocean. And there's yet another very interesting description of Leviathan that can be found in the last verse of the chapter, when it says, "He sees everything that is high. He is king over all the sons of pride." That, if you guys don't know, is a reference to Satan. So maybe Leviathan represents Satan, because when you think of the other descriptions, it kind of makes sense. And I mean, Leviathan is what it seems to be like. It seems to be a dragon. And in the book of Revelations, Satan is called a dragon. Now, this is all very, very interesting. I absolutely adore this chapter, and just how amazing God is to be able to create these creatures. Like, I imagine there was probably many more insane creatures, very powerful creatures. Maybe some creatures from the myth and the legends were actually true. Who knows? Only God truly knows. But yeah, I hope that once again you realize just how amazing God is. If you think about it, Leviathan could still be alive, because it is said that over 80% of the sea has yet to be explored. So the moon and Mars actually have been explored more, which is interesting and is amazing. I wonder what type of creatures live in the depths of the sea. I mean,